Hello everyone. So I'm going to go through real quick and just kind of give a tutorial on how to get started with SEINT. So you got all your colors, you're going to put them in your palette. I usually just have it lightest to darkest, but you can do it however you find that you like to apply it. Some people like to do their contour first, others their main, brightening, whatever works for you. Just set up your palette like that. I just did it lightest to darkest for now. So I have my brightening highlight, my main highlight, my contour, and then over here I have my bronzer and my lip and cheek. So these are pretty much what anybody would get when you start out with SEINT. So we're just gonna get started, okay? So I'm gonna start with my brightening highlight. I just have the blush and bronzer brush, so it's very simple to use. So I'm just gonna tap it in there a couple times, and then I'm just gonna go underneath my eyes. I know the thing is now to just do a little here, a little there, but it tends to look a little bit better on most people if you have a little bit more, a little bit brighter color underneath your eyes. Okay, so I'm just gonna go underneath my eyes, kind of look up so you don't get anything in your eyes. So look up and just kind of sweep it underneath. Okay, so you already have that good coverage starting. Okay, I'll do the other side. Okay, we'll do right in between the eyebrows, kind of fan it upward. So this is very much a trust the process kind of makeup, okay? So we're just placing the colors where they need to go, kind of blending as we go, and then eventually you'll kind of see the whole picture and it'll look great. Okay, so I still have that brightening highlight, and I'm gonna go a little bit on my chin, on my upper lip, and just a little down the nose. Okay? So we're gonna start to build our foundation, our 3D foundation. Now I'm gonna go into my main highlight here. So I have amber, and all these colors I match for you, so you don't have to do any of the guesswork. Okay? Isn't that nice? Don't have to try to figure it out. All right, so we're taking that same brush. I didn't dab anything off. I'm going into my main highlight, and I'm just going along my jawline, kind of doing little swirls to get that coverage. Okay. And if you have some blemishes like I do here, not the best lighting, but I do have a couple zits here, one back here, a little discoloration down here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take my finger and I'm gonna tap it into that main highlight color. Tap, tap, and then I'm just gonna press it on there. Okay, so that's gonna help get rid of any blemishes or just discoloration that we might have instead of doing gobs upon gobs of makeup to make sure we get the coverage we want, okay? So then since I did a little bit of spot treatment over here, I'm just gonna kind of dab my makeup on so I'm not smearing anything off, okay? The sections that I didn't really do any spot treatment, you can swirl if you like. I'm gonna be very careful right here, okay? We're gonna take that same color. So we have the light color here, we're gonna do the medium color here, and then we're gonna end up doing our contour up here. So it's gonna look crazy for a second, but when you blend it out, it looks great. All right, so just a little swirl up here. Okay, and then if you ever notice that you want a little bit more coverage somewhere, I would suggest just kind of waiting till the end to see how it all pans out, okay? Because sometimes when you, it's like, oh, I don't look like I have very much here. Once you do your whole face, it'll look great and you won't be able to tell. It'll all just kind of seamlessly go together, okay? Like I think I need a little bit of more brightening under here, but that's okay. All right, so then same brush, I'm gonna actually kind of pinch it and I'm gonna dab into my contour color here. So I'm using olive today. Okay, so now we're gonna contour. So kind of feel for where your cheekbone is. Mine's about here, and then you can kind of feel where it dips in. That's where we're gonna put our contour. If you don't like to feel your face every day, just go from where your ear meets your face, okay? So right there. And we're gonna just draw a little line down to the outside corner of our eye. Okay, so you don't really need a lot, especially if you're starting out. Just kind of get the feel for it, and then once you get more comfortable, you can add more and you can get crazy with your contours, okay? All right, so we're just gonna leave the lines there, kind of let it warm up to your face. do a little bit along the hairline. And I don't have a huge forehead, so I'm just gonna kind of keep it pretty minimal right there. Okay, same thing. Other side where my ear meets my face. I'm running out of contour, so I kind of got to dab in there good. All right. So just right there. And if you put too much on, not a big deal. We can blend it out. It's the beauty of creams. Okay, I'll put a little bit on my jawline. So, or actually right underneath our jawline. If we do it on the actual jawline, like on the front face of our face, it's gonna look kind of weird up close. So we're just kind of accentuating that natural jawline there. Other side. And then just blending it a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna tap my brush into my contour. I'm gonna pinch it, and I'm gonna do either side of the center of my nose. Okay, so I'm just gonna do little lines, little 11, there, and there. Okay. You see how it just kind of slimmed up my nose just a scooch. Okay, so now you can use that same side, and we're just gonna blend that up. Okay, you see how that just slimmed out my face? Love it. Okay, so I have a lot over here, but that's okay. We're just gonna kind of blend it out, blend it up, so we get that nice little lift of the face, okay? Do the forehead, I don't have much on there. And then I'm just gonna kind of go over those lines just a little bit. Okay? So if you just want like a super natural, ready out the door kind of a look, you can stop here if you'd like. I'm gonna keep going because that's what I usually do. So next we're gonna do a little bit of bronzer. Okay, so same side of that brush, I'm gonna tap it into my bronzer here. This is the Tan Lines bronzer, it's new to SEINT. And I'm just gonna go, so we had our contour line here. I'm gonna go just above that. Okay, so I like to just kind of tap the color on and then start to swirl. Kind of start to blend it in. Okay. So contour creates shadow and depth, and it's usually kind of more of like an ashier tone. And bronzer kind of brings the warmth back to your face. Okay. So that's all we're doing here is bringing some warmth back into our face. So just kind of apply it and then kind of swirl it. Okay, you can add a little on your forehead. Don't usually need a lot here. Okay. So we looked kind of crazy in the beginning, and now it's all starting to come together. Okay, just trust the process. Okay. So then I am gonna go into my lip and cheek color. And we can stop there, add a little mascara, and you're good to go. So I have the color here. This is Venice. This also was released in September. All-time favorite. Here we go. All right, so just like a little tap. So these are very pigmented, so you do not need a lot at all. Okay, so I probably put too much on my brush already. So we're just gonna go kind of just outside the apple of our cheek. If we do it right here, it looks a little raggedy hand. Okay, so I'm just gonna tap some product on there. And then if you want, you can flip that brush around. Big blend. And you can be done there if you'd like. Add a little mascara or eyeshadow, fill in your brows. So we're gonna keep going. Because that's what I like. So I'm gonna you can take your finger, I'm just gonna use my brush because I have it here. This is a multitasker brush. I'm just gonna tap it into my lip and cheek color. Just apply that real quick. Give it a smoosh. Okay. And there you have it. All right, so if you just got these main colors here and maybe like a setting powder, if you got vanilla dust, You can set, I like to usually set like right underneath my eyes, anywhere where I'm gonna crease. So it's usually right underneath my eyes and maybe like my laugh lines. But you can set it everywhere if you like, or just kind of the spots where you tend to get a little bit oily. Up to you. If you have any eyeshadows, now's a great time to add them. I don't have any eyeshadows in this palette because this is normally what people get. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of my bronzer. Okay, so I'm gonna tap in there. You can use your finger if you like. And I'm just gonna go along the crease and kind of swish it back side to side, then kind of pull it in towards the center. Okay. So when you're filling in the crease, make sure you go just above where that actual crease line is, so that when you open your eyes, you can still see it. Okay, a lot of times we put eyeshadow just here, and then when we open our eyes, we can't find it. Okay, so we're just gonna sweep it in there. And if you have the vanilla dust powder or any type of loose setting powder, you can just do a little bit on there and you'll be good. I'm gonna add a little bit just underneath that same bronzer color. Just a little underneath. Okay, we'll add a little mascara. I usually like to prime my lashes. I don't know if you can see that. This is Voluminous Primer by L'Oreal, like $6. Lasts a long time, and there's usually a BOGO sale if you get it at like Ulta or Target. Okay. So this just kind of finds your lashes before you put on your mascara. Okay, we'll do a little mascara. All right, we're done. Okay, that is all. That's gonna dry and I'll get it out of there. But if you have any questions, you know, you can always email me back or message me back, and I will be happy to help you with any questions you have. Okay, so there you go. If you're just getting started, this is exactly what you need to do. Have a great day.